first. And here we go. Rambler going to start off over here at Link's house and find silvers right out the gate. Holy cow. Whew. And Ninban finding, checking the sanctuary chest, find a map to Misery Mire immediately. But still, silvers at Link's house. Can you ask for a better starting item there? I don't know.
Bow will be go mode, I'm sure.
You know, you almost feel it. You know it's going to troll them like that. The bow is going to be the last item they find. All right, looks like Ninban and Recitador both setting up Houlihan room over here, while meanwhile Pika Pals and Rambler both heading out into Uncle. Let's see what Pika Pals finds over here in Uncle's chest. You got just a piece of heart. Oh, actually, it looks like Rambler going to save and quit. He's heading over to the sanctuary. What does Uncle have for us today? Ooh, blue mail. Hey, that's a nice find early on.
That's some nice convenient items for later on.
So now it looks like Rambler also setting up Houlihan room here. You know, in open mode and other tournaments, you don't see this very often. But here in Keysanity, because of how mixed up the items are, you may not always be sure you're going to get money early on. So it's usually a smart idea to get some early cash just to be safe. Though it looks like Pika Pals is actually going to opt to skip that. He's heading straight to Kakariko. Going to set up a tree pole there and see what he can find in the Lumberjack Cave.
Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite Pika Pals.
Never know. Sometimes if you get lucky and find the money early on, it's not a big deal. Also, Ninban and Recitador now, they got their silver arrows, and they're heading the south route into Kakariko. Going to try to see if they can get some free bombs. Looks like they both did get a couple. And we've got just a big 20 in Lumberjack Cave. Not much there. And a piece of heart at the race game.
Yeah, so far, Aga not required. Probably unlikely in Keysanity.
Perhaps not, but we still might see a trip into the Aga Tower just because. You never know what items are hiding up there. We have another big 20 in the library. So not much fonts so far, but the Lost Woods might give us something here as we get, ooh, nice money drop from the hoarder. Getting some big 20s there.
Yeah, Pika Pals, who did not do the Houlihan, is getting paid off for not doing that.
Indeed. Ninban picking up some bombs there. We've got a heart container in the mushroom spot. So still getting a little bit of health early on. Got a little extra defense. Let's see what the Force Thieves hideout has to offer. As we start to make our way into Kakariko, we also have the tavern here coming up. Ooh, we got a big key to desert and a 5-bomb upgrade. Now we're going to start seeing a lot of items very fast here as we've got a lot of different locations to check. Just some magic drop there from the tree pole, so that didn't work out for Pika Pals. And Ninban finding Moon Pearl in the Chicken Shack.
One step closer to Dark World.
Indeed.
It's also going to give them the ability to do Waterfall Fairy if they decide to fake Flipper.
Yeah, let's see what the... Ooh, flute from the bottle vendor. He's not going to waste any time. And he's going to go ahead and activate that right now.
I'd pay 100 rupees for the flute every seed.
I'd pay 500 to get that from Zora. Are you kidding me? But
Good
nonetheless, for Ninban, the goose is loose.
That's a really convenient spot. Immediate turn-in.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better time to get the flute. It's right there. You can just turn right around and activate it. And that's going to open up a lot of traveling options for our runners very quickly. So let's see what we find here in the well. Going to set up the bomb. We start off with a big 20. Now Recitador and Rambler are getting their flutes as well. Pika Pal's getting their flute. And we got Quack. We got a bacon coin in the back of the well. And along with triple bombs, 5-bomb upgrade to go with that. And Power Glove. It's so bad.
So we're just one more upgrade away from Dark World access.
Indeed, either the hammer or the Titan's mitts, and we've got early Dark World access right out the gate. Still no sword yet, and I'm kind of worried about that because last time I saw go wild without a sword, it took forever. So we're hoping we don't see that again. All right, let's see. We got Blind's Hut. We've got Bloomerang. Hammer! Everybody stop! Amazon.
Wow. It'll be interesting to see if anybody decides to go right to Dark World right out of Kakariko without checking the rest of the Light World.
Yeah. Still got a lot of Sphere Zero errors checking. And someone call Phantom Ryu, because it's gotta be Kane.
It's just unloading items on them.
No kidding. We're looking at potential Stoops jet seat here. Jeez. Of course, when when you start seeing signs of a jet seat, it's only a matter of time before the trolling really begins.
Yeah. I gotta be wary. Too many items too early, and you might end up on a few items that they'll just never find.
It happens every time, I swear to God.
Guess we should mention they really don't have any keys either. They've gotten like a big key to desert, and that's about it.
Which they can't even use right now because they don't have the book or the mirror to get to that area. And the chat already calling for items on the pedestal. Or some people going like, come on, Master Bow. Oh, you evil people.
That would be a good one.
All right, Ninban now gonna head over to the back end of Escape. And got that powered glove. Might as well check it out. 3 good items down there. You never know, you might find. Everyone else checking out the Lost Woods now, getting the items we've seen already. And we have Big 20, 300 rupees, and a heart container there in the back of Escape. So not much there. I suspect Ninban's next stop's going to be the South Shore here. You got the dam, you've got the Mini Moldorm Cave, Ice Rock Cave, and if you want to ride it back... Oh, no, actually, no. He's going to take that hammer. He's going to the dungeon.
Interesting. Yeah, so he's got to be a little careful. Blue Mail's going to help, but 4 hearts is not very much.
With that hammer, you got to be up close and personal. Pika Pals making his first trip into the Dark World. He's already in Skull Woods here. So we're seeing some interesting divergence plays from all of our runners here right now. And Recitador looking like he's going to put that flute to good use here as he's going to go straight into the dam. Let's see what he finds in the chest here inside. And we have just another big 20. Now it's time to drain the swamp and find out what it's hiding. And it looks like Ninban's going to make the first play into Escape, as we suggested earlier. All right, what soggy item awaits us at the bottom of the lake? We have just another big 20.
I've seen quite a few of those so far.
Indeed. That does kind of worry me a little bit, because that means that a lot of the items are going to be hiding later on in the game. We don't want that. We want them now. Well, let's see if Ninban or Recitador or even NYRambler, all 3 of them heading into new areas. We got a single rupee starting out in the dungeon. Not what he's hoping for. Looks like we're going to be playing a little bit of bomb tag here with the mini Moldorms. Not always the easiest thing to do, but looks like both of our runners doing a pretty decent job of getting rid of these guys so far. Let's see what we find here in the mini Moldorm cave. We have 100 rupees, piece of heart, a map to Thieves Town, another piece of heart, and a small key to Misery Mire. So not much there.
Yeah, it was pretty useless.
I also find a piece of heart in the second chest in the dungeon area of Escape, so we're still not finding much here. Oh, well, we do have to confirm Pika Pals may have just found the Cane of Brian. I don't think we caught that.
Is that maybe a mismark? Or did he skip Kane?
That's a good question. I don't know who's tracking the top part there, but I'm going to double check that. And we also find a small key to Thieves Town there in the Sea House.
Yeah.
And small key to Pod, one of our first pod keys hiding out in there in Zelda's treasure chest. Okay, so that was a misspark. It has been corrected. Shout out to our trackers. They're trying. Nobody's perfect. And in the Ice Rod Cave, we also found a small... In the Ice Rod Cave, we found a small key to Ice Palace.
Fitting.
All right,
lamp on the desert ledge.
Oh, that's a tease.
No access to it yet.
I also found the map to Pod there in Thieves Town. And it looks like Recitador is going to make the Eastern Palace play. He's going to stop over at Sir Hossela, see where the green pendant might be hiding, and then take a peek in his closet to see what he's hiding back there. All right, triple bombs for Pika Pals, 5 rupees for NYRambler. Let's see if Recitador talks to Sir Hossela. He does. Green pendant is in Turtle Rock. That is evil. You know that is evil. Let's see. We have 50 rupees. There's the Cane of Brian. Yes, yes, yes. Team Hell No complete.
Yeah, and for whoever asked for Master Sword Bow, that pendant Turtle Rock is just one step closer to that.
Oh, don't tease them like that, man. You're gonna get their hopes up. Okay, did not see what Pika Pals got, but I don't think he got anything of significance there at the chess game. And it looks like Recitador is going to be our first runner to enter Eastern Palace. Won't be able to check too much. You won't be able to check everything, but he'll be able to get at least good 3-4 solid chests out of there, as we also find a compass to Turtle Rock over there in the bombable hut. Oh, and I think Ninban's setting up for fake flippers.
Yeah, it's interesting. We're a little stalled out. Everyone went somewhere different, and no one's really found any more progression.
Kind of interesting to see that here. It looks like Pika Pals is going to head over and check out Alec Baldwin to see what he can find in the digging game. And Recitador finds a small key to Ganon's Tower. Not entirely necessary if we find the big key early, but if we don't, that could come into play. Well, just a piece of heart from the digging game, and Ninban checking out the hobo and gets a compass to Swamp Palace. So not much there.
Ooh, another small key to Pod for Recitador. I think that's 2 we've found.
Yeah, though that's the one of the first ones he's found. Ninban found the first one back in the dungeon. Oh, and we have Ether from Old Stumpy. So that's 2 medallions down.
Yeah, with the items they have, it looks like it's signaling them either to Mire or Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and you don't want to have that early. Definitely not. But let's see. Ninban now setting up the water walking trick over there. And we also find another small key to Turtle Rock over for Recitador. And just a 5-arrow upgrade and a heart container for Ninban.
Flipper's not really paying off here.
No. But he has the rupees, so he's going to go pay a visit to Zora and see what the big fish has. Meanwhile, Pika Pals is going to head over to what I like to call the Prince Cave, because it's the place formerly known as Hype Cave. We have half magic on the Zora ledge. Let's see. Heart piece of heart gives him his heart refill. We got a heart container, mushroom, big 20, and mirror. Ooh, okay. Not a full Hype Cave, but definitely slightly above a mech cave for me. And what does Zora have? A small key to Misery Mire. Ooh, that's a scam. You don't need those.
These guys got to get to Hype Cave as soon as possible. They have the entire Death Mountain to access now in the Light World.
That's true. Yeah, mirror is definitely worth, folks. I will definitely not say that was a trash. That is definitely not a trash cave. That mirror is of great value. I wouldn't even call that a mech cave, but we need more than just the mirror to call it a Hype Cave. Nonetheless, Pika Pal's now going to head over to the pyramid. We're going to see what's hiding up there, seeing as though we don't have to defeat Aghanim to get to it. It looks like Ninban's going to be following the suit. He's going to be getting his mirror pretty shortly. You can also see what Recitador finds over here at the Vanilla Big Key spot. Oh, just a big 20 in the pyramid. Come on, Recitador, you just got to get rid of that last Stalfos, but unfortunately he's down to 1 heart. And he does not want to die right before the end. There he goes. He's got it. Now he's just got to avoid those anti-fairies and get that chest. And what does he find for all that trouble? Just 50 bucks.
Yeah, all the value looks to be maybe Paradox Cave.
Yeah, there's a reason I always call that the new hype cave, because Lord knows that tends to be where everything's hiding. Oh, Rambler now going to check out the bomb shop. We have not seen this yet. Find out where 5 and 6 crystals are hiding now. Desert Palace and Eastern Palace. Oh,
Pika doing a mushroom check.
Oh, and it's worth it. He's got the fighter sword.
Yeah, hopefully they don't put that off. They do have the flute, so it's a very easy check.
Very good call for Pika Pals there. And that immediately sets him up to go check out Catfish. So that works out for him really well. Also, shout out to Alpha Channel for the $4.99 resub. 5-month subscriber, my friend. We appreciate your continued support. All right, Ninban now, he's heading up there. Hopefully he remembers to turn in that mushroom he just got. But let's see what the Catfish has for us here. Not often this guy pays off, but every once in a blue moon, you never know. And he gets flippers! Ooh. And perfectly timed. Just mirror right over and gets right to the waterfall of wishing and Zora. Also, thank you to Piper Jack for the Twitch Prime resub.
Yeah, they're going to want to keep their eye out for that Swamp Smalky now that they have access. And that's really nice, too, because now they can route in just doing Zora Domain with those flippers using the mirror.
And considering that half magic is in there, that's going to really pay off for them.
Yeah, who was it that checked that? Was that Recitador?
It was either Recitador or Ninban. I can't remember which one. I think it might have been Recitador.
Either way, they're probably going to pick that up, even if they already did Zora. Half magic's probably worth it.
It's right there. It's not going to take that long to route that in, and that half magic could save you a lot of time in the long run.
We're getting a little bit of convergence here. Everyone's kind of doing the same thing.
A little bit. Pika Pals had to stop for a minute because he was a little shy of the 500 rubies, but he was able to get a 20 off of one of the Zoras. So now he is good to go to pick up his Misery Mire key and then grab that half magic on the way. Oh, Ninban. Oh, it was Ninban that already checked Zora. He is not going to go back. He's going to flute right out, and he's heading up to the Dark World through Kakariko.
Yeah, most of these runners haven't done Village of Outcasts yet, so they might opt to do that.
Nope, Recitador checking out the Mirror Cave there, not finding much, unfortunately. Meanwhile, Ninban's going to head up into Skull Woods. We know there wasn't much there, unfortunately, but better to check it while you can. As Rambler now picks up his flippers. Looking at this setup here, I'm trying to think of where they should go first, like true dungeon dip wise, because there's not much they can do. I'd say, guess Mire or at least Desert might be the play.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, they have so many chests over on East Death Mountain now, so I'd just be ignoring dungeons for now. Kind of just wait for the keys to lead you in the right direction.
That's very true. Plus, there's still a few items that we're on the hunt for. We're still looking for the bow, obviously. We're looking for the hook shot. We don't have either of the rods. We still, they could actually, they should go get that lamp from Desert Ledge now that they have access to it.
I think they're still waiting on Mitts or Book.
Oh, fair point. Fair point. They need one of those. Yeah,
Mitts are gonna blow this seed wide open.
Indeed. Rope Goat, thank you for the Twitch Prime resub there, my friend. And Recitador, he's gonna be the first one to make a play up to Death Mountain. Let's see what we have here. It's Big 20 on Spectacle Rock. What's inside the cave? We find literacy. Well, that desert place starting to look a little bit better. I don't know about you, Gloin.
Yeah, I'd probably go there knowing the lamp is there at the very least. And, I mean, you're likely to find other things as well.
Though there is still a bit to do. I'd still check the rest of East Death Mountain. Plus, since you're going to have to mirror to get up that way anyway, Ether Tablet could at least be checked. You may not be able to get the item, but knowing what it is might help you route that in later.
Did Recitador not check Mushroom and Witch? I don't think he's gone that direction like the other three have yet.
No, he's not. He doesn't have the flippers, so he didn't go that way. He's going to regret that later if he doesn't check it quick enough.
Yeah, I should at least flute to Witch to get that sword.
Oh, and I think I saw a big key up there on Bumper Cave. That might come into play later.
Probably just Skull Woods or something useless.
You're just hoping that they don't troll the runners that much.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even kid yourself, my friend. All right, looks like Recitador is going to be heading up to the other end of Death Mountain. NYRambler heading over to Pod area, and Ninban checking out the Graveyard Cave. So we're getting a lot of divergence here. And as I suspected, Recitador is indeed going to go ahead and check that Ether Tablet to see what is hiding there. See if it's of any good. It is just triple bombs.
Won't be coming back for that.
Nope, but having that knowledge now means that he knows he doesn't have to worry about it, so that'll save him some time in case he starts thinking about what he has left to check. Ninban finding 10 arrows hiding there in the Graveyard Cave, and Rambler about to pay a visit to everyone's favorite little extortionist, Kiki the Monkey. And Recitador heading into Tower of Hera finds a piece of heart downstairs.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what Rambler was doing, but I forgot that he did not check any of this in the light world, so he's going to link these two routes together.
Not a bad call. Let's see what else the Recitador finds. Oop, just another heart container.
Rambler's probably hoping to find some pod small keys in Eastern or something. And then there's always the chance of vanilla pod keys.
I've seen it happen before. Pika Pals deciding to drop off and pick up a fairy or two over there from that little lake. He was running a little low on health, so he didn't want to take the chance. Can't quite blame him there. As Recitador now heading to East Death Mountain. We've got 7 items. We've got 8 items over here. We have the 7 in the Paradox Cave. We've got the Spiral Cave. He's also going to get some information on what's on the floating island. 300 rupees up there. And since we don't have the boots, it's time for the Walk of Shame. Get your resident sleepers in chat, folks.
Yeah, no sword, no hook shot to deal with these enemies either.
Well, let's hope it pays off for him here. Pika Pal's now getting the knowledge of the Ether Tablet not having anything. Rambler now in Eastern Palace, going to find not much there as well. What's in the Spiral Cave? We have just a compass to DT. All right, moment of truth here for Recitador. Gloin, you and I both said it. Paradox Cave is the common hotspot for items. Will that remain true here tonight?
Yeah, if it's not here, it's got to be desert because they're running out of locations that we've seen.
Absolutely. All right, Recitador now starting his run here in the Paradox Cave. Ninban working his way into Pod. 5-arrow upgrade, and we have a big key to Skull Woods. Well, not entirely useful, but at least opens up one more chest later.
Yeah, he hasn't dipped Skull Woods yet either, so it'll be a nice little routing in there.
right, Recitador now going to use his Cane of Brian to quickly dispatch these mini Moldarms. Also, trackers, we've got a little bit of an issue. Pika Pals has got the book, not the boots. Ooh, we got a big key to Tower of Hera here in the Paradox Cave. And a fire rod. And the map to Turtle Rock.
Wow, is he going to walk back up there and do Hera again?
I'd consider it. I mean, we don't know if Hera's a crystal or a pendant, but you know, it's right there. You might as well check it.
It looks like he's planning on going back up there.
He's trying to set up for a bomb jump, but unfortunately couldn't quite pull it off, so he's going to have to go up the long way.
I mentioned it, but I think Ninban got a sword upgrade in Pod.
Oh, yeah, we've got Master Sword. Nice.
Unfortunately, did Pod before Eastern and then found a Pod key.
Figures, right?
It doesn't feel great. I believe Rambler is in Eastern, though, with his portal just outside, so he made the right call there.
Yeah, that will pay off for him here as he's navigating the dark rooms here. Not an easy thing to do. And indeed, Recitador heading back over to Tower of Hera. He's going to go ahead and pull that off. He'll get 3 more items, plus he could potentially get his first crystal by finishing up Moldorm.
Yeah, they've got full clear of Skull Woods available now, so I'd be a little surprised if they didn't kind of gravitate towards that location.
True, though you want to be careful with Skull Woods, given how difficult Mothula is. You want to make sure you have a good amount of health. Thankfully, that blue mail will help a little bit, though Recitador does need to get that. He still does not have his blue mail, so he needs to fix that before he goes up there.
Yeah, didn't get the sword or the half magic either.
Yeah, you don't want to go... trying to fight Mothula with just hammer is not a pleasant thing to do. All right, so now Rambler working his way through Pod here. Recitador checking out. Oh, there's our sword. So 3 sword upgrades confirmed here in...
He's been too kind.
Too kind. Yeah, that's definitely the right way to put it. Too generous. It's been way too generous here. Let's see what we find here in the big chest in Tower of Hera. We've got a small key to Castle Tower. Oh, there's our Aga Tower key. They might want to consider Recitador, since he hasn't been to the escape yet. He could route in doing Aga Tower and checking both chests in there.
Yeah, as long as he remembers to go back and do that mushroom and catfish, his routing is really nice here.
All right, Pika Pals right on Recitador's tail. Recitador now taking on Trolldorm. Yes, we know he's called Moldorm, but if you played this game, you know. You know.
Ninban going deep into Palace of Darkness here.
Recitador relying on hammer strats there as Ninban finds a small key to Ice Palace here in Pod. He's going to head downstairs, check the 2 chests down there. Ninban's got to be careful there, or Recitador's got to be careful, but he gets it. Takes down Moldorm. What does he drop? Just 50 rupees and our first crystal of the race.
That's nice.
That always feels good when you know you didn't waste your time.
Yeah, especially when it's your first boss kill. Seeing that pendant drop down is pretty disheartening.
Oh, and Ninban found Shovel in the dark room there. And now he's going to set up for the old hammer yump.
Pika Pals getting punted off the Moldorm platform.
Oh, Trolldorm strikes. And Recitador about to turn in his mushroom here. He's going to get his Master Sword here. And eventually, when he gets to Pod, he'll end up with his Tempered Sword. That's always nice to get early. Okay, clever trick by Rambler there. Used the boomerang to grab a fairy and made it so that just before he hit the transition, the fairy reached him and healed him up. Saved a little bit of time there, and plus a little bit of swag.
Recitador, I don't think he checked Mushroom yet. He's going right into Dark World.
No, Recitador, he checked Mushroom. He got his Master Sword. He doesn't have Tempered yet.
I think, no, he got... Right, he did not check Mushroom. Right, because there was a sword in Hera and another sword on Death Mountain, I think?
No, the other sword was in Pod.
Oh.
No, he just turned in Mushroom, so he's got his...
Okay.
That's why he's got Master Sword. Pika Pals now heading up into Desert Palace. He's going to check that out. He's got the big key. He's got the fire rod, so he could full clear this, shy of checking the 2 right side chests. As Rambler picks up the triple bombs from the Ether Tablet. No, what Recitador didn't do is he didn't check Catfish, so he's still missing his flippers.
Right. He's kind of leaving that location stranded. Might be a while before he gets back there.
Indeed. Oh, Pika Pal's finding a map to Ganon's Tower. That's one of the worst maps you can get. Might as well just eat that like the burrito that it is. And just a big 20 on the torch. All right, and we find in the big chest a small key to pod. Hey, more pod keys. I'll take that.
Yeah, it's kind of handing those out.
We didn't notice this, but Ninban's got hookshot. Really? Ninban found the hookshot in the dark maze.
Huh.
This is what happens when you watch 4 runners at once. You're going to miss something eventually. So thank you, chat, for letting us know about that. And good on our trackers for keeping up with that stuff. That's what they're there for, folks. And he's going to take that cue. He is going to Swamp.
Yeah, without the small key, unfortunately.
Which means, yeah, he won't be able to check too much. He's kind of hoping for a vanilla small key there in the Swamp. A bit of a gamble, to be honest, but we'll see.
It'd be such a huge advantage if it happens to be there.
That is very true. All right, Pika Pal's now working on the back end of Desert Palace. Going to be taking on Land Molas here shortly. Let's see if Ninban's luck is high here. Nope, just a heart container. Let's see. So I think right now Pika Pals is on the right call. Go into Desert because you can complete that. And we know it's one of the 5-6 crystals. Kind of necessary.
Yeah, if they get the bow relatively soon, that's a pretty strong signal to a Fat Fairy.
Oh, absolutely. Because then, yeah, you go right to Eastern, take on the Armos Knights. You get that Fat Fairy crystal, complete all of that, and you never know what you might find from there. But let's see how he does against the Land Molas here. Gonna rely on Fire Rod strats, but that half magic just wipes the floor with him. Takes him out right away, and gets 300 rupees for his troubles, plus his first crystal, or his second crystal of the race.
Ninban's gonna do a Stumpy and Shovel check, link those two together. They just recently got that shovel.
Yeah, we've not seen the shovel spot into play yet. We'll see if this is going to be worth something here. What does he find? Oh, come on, there you go. Ooh, a small key. What's it to? Swamp Path. Oh,
just there. Oh, man.
Well, we know where he's going.
Oh, man. How does that feel?
It's like you decide to do the dungeon. Okay, can't do much. Need the small key. Next place you check, there it is. You're like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
It looks like Pika Pals is going to be heading back into Skull Woods since he has a fire rod now. Skull Woods is completable, shy of the big chest. Actually, no, he has that. He can check that too. Yeah, full clear in progress. No reason not to.
Gave him both the Fire Out and the Swamp Big Key there, or Skullwoods Big Key there. Very convenient.
All right, let's see what's in the big chest. Just a big 20 in the big chest.
Yeah, they're a little overloaded on rupees right now. Probably getting sick of seeing those.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you've already been to Zora, you're like, what's the point? You don't need them anymore. You just need enough for the few little mini games, maybe the big bomb if necessary, but that's about it.
Yeah, they're not even giving them a bottle to fill up. You know, it's awful.
Yeah, very short on bottles here. That is kind of surprising. Rambler taking on Trolldorm now as Pika Pals makes his way into the back end of Skullwoods, and Ninban indeed taking that cue, found that small key. He's like, all right, I know where I need to go. Back to Swamp.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Oh, and somebody in the chat with a really trolly idea. 4 bottles in Ganon's Tower. GT Big Key on Sick Kid. You know, there's evil and then there's just cruel. Okay? All right. Ninban now making his way into the deep end of Swamp Palace as Pika Pals taking on Mothula. Hard container for Ninban. Pika Pal's not doing too bad so far early on here against Mothula. He's one of the trickier fights, especially when you're... Oh, nicely done!
That was nice. He was also fairly cooperative.
You could pray for that, but he gets his next crystal there, so we know Skullwoods is indeed a crystal.
That's 3 crystals already. This is kind of nuts.
It's always nice when you get a fast seed like that, you know? Question is, where are our pendants? We only know where one of them is right now.
Yeah, the items are in fairly trolly locations too. We had flippers at Catfish and Swamp Small Key at Dig Spot.
Indeed, 5-bomb upgrade there for the back end of Skullwoods, so not much value there. Let's see if Ninban gets any luckier as he makes his way into the main area of Swamp. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, get your hype in chat. We got a pedestal check. Just a hard container.
Bust.
Sorry, folks. The dream is dead. Oh, and the chat is furious. They are furious. Oh, wait, what? Oh, Ninban apparently found Titan's bits in Swamp while we weren't paying attention. Man, that's twice we've done that.
Huh. Well, like I said before, that opens up a lot.
Yeah, no kidding. Definitely a big play there for Ninban, and recitador now is receiving the bad news. Well, for him, the good news that he doesn't have to worry about pedestal. And folks, trust me, like I said before, you got 4 screens going on at once, 4 different actions going on at the same time. Not even the best commentators can keep track of everything at once.
Yeah, if they can't keep track of it, we're definitely not going to be able to.
It's hard for us to watch a one-on-one race, much less a quad. We do our best, folks, and that's what you guys are for. You guys make our jobs easier. That the trackers. Trackers do their job. All right, let's see what Ninban finds up here in the red mail. Ooh, nice find for Ninban. little extra defense is never a bad thing. And what else we got here? Small key to Skull Woods. Well, that's useless.
Yeah, they're getting kind of all set up here. Red Mail already got Tempered Sword. At least we know where Tempered Sword is, and they have silvers. Ganon's tower should be a piece of cake.
Yeah, I don't see them having much trouble with Ganon's tower there. Actually, Rambler does have Tempered Sword. The others will find it eventually. All right, Pika Pals now going to check out the sewer area of Escape. I don't think we've seen this yet because nobody's had lamp till now. Now, the only thing is that Ninban has not been up to Death Mountain yet, so he does not have his Fire Rod. Otherwise, I would say Ice Palace is the next big play for him.
Pika Pals picking up our first bottle.
Hey, that's a nice find. Oh, and he's making the play to the Aga Tower. He's got the key for it. Ninban finding a compass to Eastern and a small key to GT. Well, that's trash, maybe,
Yeah.
eventually. All right, so Pika Pal's going to work his way up the Aga Tower. Ninban finding another hard container and swamp. Got a good amount of health for these guys. Pika Pal's finding a small key to desert, so that opens up the east side if he might consider going back for that later if there's anything good over there.
Yeah, maybe when he checks Meyer.
Possibly. Seems like a good play. And just a 5-arrow upgrade there, unfortunately. So that Aga Tower, slightly helpful, potentially helpful. As Ninban now taking on Argus here in Swamp. It's going to go ahead and go for sword strats.
Yeah, these non-Ninban players need to get to pod pretty soon. Because they need to get that shovel so that they can get that swamp small key. So that they can get the mitts.
Oh, and Sick Kid has our last sword upgrade.
Nice.
We're going to be seeing Butter Sword here tonight.
That was way too easy.
This seed is being way too generous. I'm just going to say it. What is going on with this seed?
I asked for a non-trolley seed, not an easy seed.
Careful what you wish for, Gloin.
Sorry.
Oh, I don't think the runners are complaining at all. I think they are happy with that. All right, Ninban taking on Argus, gets a big 20, and it's the red pendant. Ooh, not good.
That was a bust other than Titan's mitts. Could have just left. I guess red mail's nice.
Red mail and Titan's mitts are about all it was worth there, but that's still pretty good.
So let's see what Ninban decides to do with these mitts. I'd like to check Meyer. Yep, and he does too.
Yep, he's got a 2/3 chance of being able to get into it. Very good odds. Pika Pal's now heading into pod. I don't think he's gotten the sword out here, so he might be our first to get Butter Sword by the end of this. And Quake required for Misery Meyer, so it is accessible to all 4 of our runners at this point.
Yeah, just no Misery Meyer big key, unfortunately. Otherwise, get full cleared instantly.
Yeah, he may hold off on getting that just in case. He might be here for other reasons. Checking the Meyer Shack, not finding much, unfortunately. Oh, and chat brings up a good point. There is something we had not seen. We had not seen the Frogsmith Peg Cave Purple Chest check yet. 3 potentially good items there.
Yeah, Ninban's got the ability to do all of that stuff. Like I said, those Titans mitts just blew this thing wide open. They have so much stuff they can do.
Speaking of Ninban, he's now making his way into the back end of Desert, going to take on Land Molus. While Pika Pals he's paying off Kiki, and he is heading into pod.
Yeah, Ninban actually hasn't done Death Mountain yet, East Death Mountain. So with those mitts, he'll be able to full clear the entirety of Death Mountain.
Yeah, not just the East Death Mountain, but Dark Death Mountain as well. You've got the Super Bunny Cave. We've got the Hookshot Cave. You can even get an early check to see what Turtle Rock has to offer. So yeah, a lot of worth going up there. I would not be surprised if he makes that play soon.
Yeah, I'd say it'd be worth it to go up there before jumping into Mire without the big key, just in case. Also, you can get a TR check just to know what the medallion is. Intel is always valuable.
Heck, if he has the right medallion for it, he may open it up. May not go in without the until he gets that fire rod, but it might be worth at least checking out. Heck, considering it's the green pendant, he may not even consider full clearing it because he knows it's a pendant. Though it is the green pendant, so that might sway him to drawing it just in case Sir Hassel has anything.
Yeah, Ninban not having the fire rod, struggling a little bit compared to Pika Pals' easy fight.
Indeed, though he's setting himself up for a quick kill here, but unfortunately couldn't get that last worm down, which means he's going to have to deal with a little extra bit of attack from the last worm. If for those who don't know, when you get down to the last one will shoot out a full 8 spread instead of the typical 4. But he takes him down, gets his crystal, so he is now down. He's got his first crystal of the race. As Recitador is now finally making his way over to Catfish, and he is going to probably be frustrated with what he finds over here.
Yeah, this is good news for him.
All right, Ninban checking out Eastern Palace. Recitador picking up his flippers, and Rambler taking on Mothula. So much going on. It's just chaos.
It looks like Recitador hasn't done this area yet, so...
No, he hasn't, which means he's about to pick up his half magic here from the Zora ledge. He's definitely got more than enough money to pay off Zora, though we know that's not going to be much worth there.
And Pikapals finally making this dip into pod. So Pikapals is going to be able to progress naturally through this seed from here.
Indeed. And Rambler now to be about to feel a sigh of relief here as he does his pedestal check. And there's it is, ladies and gentlemen, for Pika Pals. It's like butter. We have butter sword. Oh, and Ninban making the play on Mire.
Interesting. Yeah, this is I think this is a gamble. With all that's available still. Blacksmith route with mitts, and all of Death Mountain. If he doesn't find value in here, it's a waste of time.
Absolutely. This is not a dungeon you want to double dip if you can help it. So this is a bit of a risk, but if he finds the big key here by some miracle, and this ends up this being a crystal dungeon, this would be a big play. All right, so Pika Pal's now going to work his way into the back end of pod. Hopefully he can get that hook shot while he's there. And the shovel, for that matter. Oh, and Recitador now, he's going to go ahead and check the Bombos tablet. See what it has. This could be interesting. What do we find here? And we have a small key to pod. We have another pod key. And Ninban finding the big key to Turtle Rock. You don't want to see that right now.
Yeah, kind of hoping not to find that.
See, Rambler now working his way into Thieves Town. He's only going to be able to check the first 4 chests. Ninban, since he does not have the fire rod, is going to have to use the lamp for these torches here, which is a bit of a slower route. But again, he hasn't been to Death Mountain, and the longer he takes to get to there, the harder it's going to be for him. Nice hammering up there from Pika Pals. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Nope, we're good.
All right, Ninban finding a small key. There's the other Aga Tower key, but that's kind of useless at this point. And there's the hook shot for Pika Pals. Probably happy to find that.
Yeah, we'll see how long it takes Pika Pals to check that dig spot. Could be a huge factor in this race. Well, guess it's not going to take very long.
Yep, Pika Pal's taking that cue. He's like, I've got my shovel. Might as well see if that useless. And let's see what Ninban finds here in the big chest. Actually, he doesn't have the key for that, so he's going to have to skip the big chest. Vanilla compass there, unfortunately. That's not what he's looking for. And a big 20. I think that's just about everything in Myra, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, just this one last chest, and then gonna have to bail.
Let's see if it's worth it. He's getting his mirror ready because he knows. He suspects. Yep, just a big 20. He's out of there.
Yeah, that was just a waste of time.
Nothing of worth in Misery Mire. Though he is going to head over and check out the checkerboard cave. Make sure he doesn't miss that out.
Man, they're doing a lot of walking.
I know. We need the boots. We need to find those boots. Ooh, we got a big key in the checkerboard cave. That might be useful. What's it to? Big key for... It's the Ganon's Tower Big Key!
I'm so glad that's not the Go Mode item.
I know, right?
Every other seed, Ganon's Tower Big Key.
I've seen my share of seeds where GT Big Key was in Ganon's Tower, so it's always nice when you don't have that problem.
So I don't think we're going to be seeing the GT basement.
No, I don't think there's any reason to check it. We've already got at least Master Sword. Some of us already have Tempered. Hell, one's not even got Butter. We've already got Silver Arrows. We just need the bow, which we know can't be up there, seeing as though Eastern Palace is a crystal. And yeah, I think, and heck, we've already got Red Mail. There's really nothing needed in Ganon's Tower that's going to be worth looking for.
Be a nice spot for the boots.
That's a torturous spot for the boots. They want those boots as soon as possible, you know? Waiting for him up here. Pika Pal's now making the play on Swamp Palace here. He's going to be picking up his red mail and Titans bits shortly. While Rambler is heading up to the sewers area of escape.
Oh, Ninban. Ooh, that feels bad.
Oh, Dead Rocked! This is why I call the Dead Rocks the unofficial mascot of the randomizer, because they are the biggest trolls you will ever find. I honestly think they're trollier than Trolldorm half the time. Oh, Ninban, he's going to go ahead and start right on Dark Death Mountain. He's probably going to mirror around so he can access everything all at once. Not a bad call.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be able to do Hera. The Hera Big Key was in here, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
So can pick up Hera at the end of this trip and then go right to Skull Woods and full clear that as well.
Speaking of, there is the big key to Skull Woods, so that takes care. Even though he doesn't need it, takes care of it.
Yeah, he's gonna want those 20 rupees, I think.
There's our Tower of Hera big key, and the other side is that fire rod. He's gonna be very happy to see that. Ooh, and Rambler using the fire rod to light the torches so he can see his way through the Aga Tower here. Not a bad call. And
yeah.
I did not see what was on Lake Hylia Island.
And I missed it.
One of our trackers, Dawning Arc, actually said it was a compass.
I actually like seeing compasses in Keysanity because they just, you know, it's useless. Just move on with your day.
Yep. Also, yeah, just to verify for anyone in the chat wondering who our custom sprites are for this seed, Pika Pals using Cerno and Ninban using Marissa, both from the Toho series. NYRambler using Will from The Illusion of Gaia, a very underrated SNES classic. And Recitador rocking Vivi from... Bunny Cave. What do we find here? We have a map to Eastern. Well, that's kind of useless, but we also have Bombos, so all 3 medallions now accounted for. So that means no matter what Turtle Rock has, we have access to it. Though whether or not we actually want to go in is a whole other story.
Yeah, only a few chests with just that one small key. Might be worth it while he's up here, though.
We shall see. Oh, and a clever trick here. He's actually going to go... he's going to start up here so he can open up Turtle Rock immediately. Whether or not he goes in, we'll see. All right, so what medallion is required? Oh, it is Bombo. So you have to do Super Bunny Cave in order to get into Turtle Rock. Clever.
It's odd how often the medallion for Turtle Rock is in Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, normally that doesn't happen. So nice lucky call there by Ninban. It's like I've always said, when it comes to these randomizer tournaments, it's about what routes you take, what gambles do you make, and which pay off. Speaking of gambles, Ninban making his way into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, he's not going to lose a lot of time if he's got to come back. So I think it's a good play while he's up here. Is that the pod big key? Yeah, it was the pod big key.
Oh! Nice play there by Ninban there. That means that can be routed back in. He could full clear that eventually once he gets the last few pod keys he needs.
It looks like we still don't have intel on what pod is, so that may be required.
Yeah, that's very true. We still don't know what's in pod or Ice Palace at this point. All right, there's a piece of heart. He's getting his mirror ready, and just a heart container. He's going to mirror her out so he can head back the other way.
I think Rambler's doing our first Spike Cave check.
Oh, yes, he is. Bit of a risk. He's running a little low on magic here. Oh, never mind. He's got a green potion. Oh, just 50 rupees from the Spike Cave. Not what he was hoping for there. Well, let's see if Ninban gets any better luck here in the chain shop room.
Still has Hookshot Cave and probably Hera to follow.
Yep, and he's going to go right for the Hookshot Cave. We'll have to see what that has to offer for him here. 4 good items. Come on, let's get something good out of this. Starting off, we got a small key to Turtle Rock. Of course.
That's the second time it's happened to him this game.
And the bow!
Oh, nice.
Well, okay, item-wise, we got everything we need, but key-wise, we're still on the hunt, so I'm not going to call Gumbo just yet. But still, finding the bow in the Hookshot Cave. Good find for Ninban. Nicely done as he makes his way over to Tower of Hera. At the same time, Pika Pals getting his red pendant from Argus, and Rambler heading into Pod, where Recitador is already looking around.
And Ninban's in great shape right now.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that in terms of items, Ninban is in the lead.
Yeah, Pika Pals has done a little bit different things, having already done Hera and Skull Woods. But I think Ninban's routing is just a little bit more efficient.
And when it comes to races like this, sometimes a more efficient route is better than a faster route. I mean, if you could be more efficient, you could get stuff done quicker in the long term. So really well done. But since a lot of our runners are doing stuff we've already seen before, I'm going to take this opportunity to remind you folks that if you're enjoying watching our runners here today, make sure you give all 4 of them a follow on Twitch. Pika Pals, Ninban, NYRambler, and Recitador. You know, they're wearing their butts off for your entertainment. So show them some love, folks.
Rambler going to be getting his shovel and hook shot here soon.
That would leave Ice Palace as our blue pendant, since that's the only other dungeon we have not completed, and the blue pendant is still at large. That has to be where it's guiding.
Ooh, Ninban failing the bomb jump, and you pay a heavy price for failing that bomb jump to the Hera big chest.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially in his case, because he has to go all the way back up.
If you fail that, you're falling all the way back to the first floor every time.
So let's see. In terms of keys, we still need the big key to Eastern. We probably could use at least 1 more key to Pod. Well, Ninban needs 1 more key to Pod. We still need the big key to Thieves Town. And we still need the big key to Misery Mire. That's what we're missing so far.
I think it's just those 3 big keys, the only required items that we need.
To answer a question in chat, no, you cannot change your sprite mid-seed. Basically, how the randomizer works is when you're downloading the ROM for the seed, you set up what custom sprite you use ahead of time. So once you choose it, you're stuck with it. Choose wisely.
Isn't there a mode or a type of seed generation where you can have your sprite randomized every time you take damage?
Yes. Yes, there is a mode for that. But otherwise, you can't just voluntarily choose a sprite mid-seed.
Right.
Oh no! Ninban got Troll Dorm, and in one of the worst spots too, double fall. Oh, that is not a fun place to fall there. Poor Ninban.
Got kicked right in the head. You're not being kind.
Yeah. Thankfully, 2 spin slashes with the tempered sword, and he's gonna get his revenge real quick there. So down goes Trolldorm. And that's going to give him his second crystal here. Also, chat pointing out. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, chat pointing out, recitador, he has the hookshot, Rambler does not. That puts recitador in a bit of a lead here in terms of going forward because they're both hitting into swamp. Recitador having that hookshot means he'll be able to full clear it, whereas Rambler did not. He'll have to come back.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, since we're looking mainly just for big keys, we gotta remember that Bumper Cave has a big key, so Cape is probably required.
It's looking that way because the only big keys we don't need. The only big key we don't need is Ice Palace. Everything else is required and could be helpful. So yeah, I think it would be a good call to find, if they find that cape, to check that Bumper Cave.
I think just the blacksmith, purple chest, hammer pegs. I think those are the only 3 chests left we haven't seen in that route.
I was just thinking that myself, actually. Yeah, I think at some point.
So Recitador and NYRambler about to get their Titan's Mitts and Red Mail in here in Swamp.
Ninban about to check that Ether Tap, but he's going to be disappointed on nothing there, just some triple bombs.
Yeah, I'm expecting Ninban to do Skull Woods here pretty soon, and then just route down to the blacksmith route.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Whereas Pika Pals has to get up to East Death Mountain as soon as possible. And what differences do we have here between Rambler and Recitador? Because they're on the same path. Looks like Recitador hasn't done Skull Woods yet, and that's...
Yeah, and which he'll get to eventually, but the big issue, like I mentioned earlier, is Rambler does not have the hook shot, so he won't be able to full clear Swamp, whereas Recitador will. Now, granted...
Guinness Cave was junk, Sinek, I believe.
All right, Ninban, like you said, is heading over to Kakariko to head to the Dark World. Most likely his next place, Skull Woods.
After this, I'm not sure what their best options are. Maybe dive into Ice Palace.
Well, no, actually, well, in terms of items, I think Ice Palace would be a good play, but definitely not the full clear because, if I recall, we've already confirmed Pod has the last crystal and Ice Palace is the blue pendant.
I think that just makes it all the juicier for items. That's what Seeds like to do. They like to put the good stuff in the pendant dungeons.
Fair point. Fair point. Yeah, that's how this randomizer likes to troll you. Put all the good items in the pendant dungeons just to troll you that much harder.
It would feel really bad to go to Ice Palace and full clear it and find nothing, though.
All right, Pika Pals picking up his Bombos medallion. He's going to head up to Turtle Rock and see that he's just found the...
and then what's Pika Pals is doing now are pretty much the only differences between them that I can see.
Ninban now working on Mothula here. Thankfully with Tempered Sword, this fight's gonna be a little bit easier for him. Takes him out pretty quickly there. Nicely done.
Yeah, Mothula being way too kind so far today.
Hey, enjoy it while you can. You don't get those days very often.
Yeah, usually it takes about 14 Tempered Sword hits to kill him.
Part of me wonders if the developers finally worked out that bug with the spikes being an issue, or negating all damage, and just caused it to only negate damage when you hit the spikes, but still doing damage when you hit them.
That would be a welcome change.
Because I've been seeing that happen a lot lately, where it's a lot easier to kill Mothula than it used to be. I'm kind of wondering if they changed that. Regardless. All right, Pika Pals now working on Turtle Rock. Now he got smart. He grabbed that extra key before going in, so he's gonna have an extra key to check this place out.
Yeah, I think that unlocks 2 extra chests, or no? Yeah. I can't count. Someone in chat count for me and tell me how many extra chests he's gonna get.
All right, we're sitting around getting his red pendant from Argus here. Let's see. Let's see what. Oh, Pika Pals needs to be careful. He's running a little low on health there.
Oh, that's convenient. Yeah, if Pika Pals finds something deeper in Turtle Rock, that's bad news for Ninban.
Yeah, that'll give him a chance to catch back up here. Ninban's been a little bit behind, has been in pretty slight lead here, but that could change very quickly here. This is what we always say: never count anybody out until you see a dot done.
Rambler also going into Turtle Rock here. Did he get
Yeah.
that second TR key or no?
No, he's only got the one, and worse yet, he just stuck. This is where that lack of a hookshot's gonna come back to haunt him.
Yeah.
Because he can't go into hookshot cave where the bow is hiding. All right, Pika Pal's gonna grab bridge, which does have more items, though. If that one chest has anything, it's gonna come back to bite him.
So is this because Rambler didn't do the hammer jump? That he does not have hookshot?
Correct. Hookshot was in the dark maze.
Yeah, so they were out of keys. Ouch.
Yep, that is going to haunt him something fierce.
Yeah, and he just realized he doesn't have the hookshot, so he can't do this quick strat. So he gets to go for a ride. So we'll see what we find in Mimic Cave here.
And we find Hey, some more Mountain Dew. We'll take some of that.
Delicious. Recitador getting baited into Misery Mire without the big key.
Ooh, he's going to be disappointed. He's going to be doing all that digging and find absolutely nothing. Ooh, small key to Skull Woods. That's not what Pika Pals was looking for. And Ninban going to pick up Jeremiah here and see if see if the swordsmiths have anything for him. But first, he's going to do the slow route into the peg cave.
And Rambler's still not going back to pod, so further and further away from what he needs.
Unfortunately. And, ooh, we got a big key in the peg cave. What's it to? Big key to, Misery Mire!
Yep, if he had just done the Smith route before going in the first time.
All right, Pika Pal's gonna try to do Legend Bridge. We find Powder! Ooh, there's something else we forgot to route in. Magic Bat. Small key. There's our other pod key. And Fisher Price Shield. And lastly, the cape!
Ooh. That could be trouble for Ninban.
Yes, it could. It looks like Pika Pal made the right call not checking that one chest. He ended up coming out, making out like a bandit on that one.
I really want to know what that big key is on Pumper Cave now.
It might be a matter of time before we see it, as Rambler now picking up his Ganon's Tower big key. Answer question in chat. Sign acted with the Smiths had a small key to Mire. Pod figures now he's got the means to finish that up, so he's gonna go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, Ninban gonna turn in the purple chest. What does that thief have hiding for us?
And Misery Mire's just killing all these guys.
Oh, just a piece of art, but yeah, absolutely. Misery Mire, everyone has done Mire without the big key, so.
Rambler can't do it. He's been saved.
He needs the hook shot. Hey, Rambler, you want your hook shot? Go to pod. That's where it's hiding.
So yeah, Pika's going to do that bow-locked section of pod here for hopefully some value.
Meanwhile, Ninban, he's going to take that big key now. He's going to head back to Mire and finish that up. Big key to Thieves Town for Pika Pals. Nice find there. And the map to Swamp. Well, that's useless. We've already got the pendant out of that dungeon.
So we're Eastern Big Key from Go Mode, is that correct?
I believe so, yeah.
And we might know where it is.
It's starting to feel like that's what's on Bumper Cave. And right now, Pika Pals is the only one who can check that right now. Oh, Ninban was going to go check this big chest, but not slipped off the ledge. He's going to have to go all the way back around to reset the room. Not a good time for him.
Ooh, almost missed that first hook shot. Almost got fallen into the chasm again.
And only gets a 5-bomb upgrade for his troubles.
Now has to go the long way around to Vitreous because the switch hasn't been flipped. They should have installed some more switches in Misery Mire. This is incredibly inconvenient.
I know, I hate that. Gotta go all the way back around just to get to the next area, to the back end of Mire. All right, Pika Pals now on his way here to Helmsar King. 17 whacks with a hammer, only a few sword slashes, maybe even just a single silver arrow.
Bumper Cave is Eastern Palace Big Key. This is an incredibly fast seed.
Indeed, yeah, we're only an hour and a half. We're less than an hour and a half in here. Pika Pals taking out Helmsar King. And what does he drop? The map to Tower of Hera. Well, that is completely useless. But he indeed gets his next crystal. So that means, yeah, like that all but confirms what we said earlier. And oh no, speaking of the Ice Palace, as I was about to mention, Rambler now heading that way.
Well, I hope for his sake that it's like the Ice Palace Big Key on Bumper Cave or something. Because if it's not, he's wasting a lot of time in here. Pikapals hammer jumping back to that big chest that he wasn't able to get before.
Not a bad call. He's going to see what's in the big chest there. And just a piece of heart. And meanwhile, Ninban now heading up into Vitreous. Thankfully, with the silver arrows, this boss is going to be a complete joke. One shot for each of the small eyeballs and two for the big one. And this fight is going to be immediately all over.
Perfect.
And what does he drop? The red meringue. Question Turtle Rock, because he needs to get to Laser Bridge to get that cape and that Thieves Town Big Key.
Pikapals probably finishing up Thieves Town, and they'll probably go check that Bumper Cave after this.
Ninban heading up to Ice Rod Cave. He didn't check this before, so he's not going to be happy with what he finds, because I don't think there was anything here.
I don't know, some runners like when they forget like a Sphere Zero location like this for a long time, they prefer that it's nothing. Then they know someone doesn't have a huge advantage over them.
Indeed. Rambler finding a small key to Hyrule Castle.
Hopefully that Ice Palace small key doesn't trick him into going into Ice Palace.
Indeed. All right, to answer a question in chat, we have two separate one-on-one matches going on here at the same time. Pika Pals versus Ninban and NYRambler versus Recitador. That is what we're watching here. They are all on the exact same seed to make it easier for everybody, but it is two separate matches.
Yeah, one of these top runners is going to be 4-0 after this match, which guarantees them at least a slot in that Battle Royale.
Big 20 for Pika Pals there in the upper chest in Thieves Town, not finding much. So he's still got the Maiden's chest and the big chest downstairs, which thankfully he does have the key for. And Ninban now heading down into the sewers of escape. Gonna grab, I believe it was a key down there.
So Recitador also picked up that Misery Mire Big Key and is heading back in.
Oh, scratch that. Ninban heading up to Aga Tower. There was a couple keys up there, so that's probably not a bad thing. Let's see what Pika Pal finds. Heart container in the mains chest. Still not finding much. Still needs to see what that big chest has to offer. And then, of course, what's on Blind himself. Thankfully, with Butter Sword, Blind should be no issue whatsoever. Doesn't do any extra damage. It's 9 hits guaranteed, but it gives you a little extra range to work with. So, never a bad thing to have.
A bow was in the hookshot locked portion of Hookshot Cave, Cherry.
All right, Pika Pals now taking on Blind there. And yeah, just like him, I really do hate insect puds. They bugged me too. Ninban finally turning in his bottle to Sick Kid, which means he's the last of our 4 runners to get his Butter Sword.
Easy for Pika Pals.
Nicely done indeed. And it's the swag net.
Worth it.
Always worth it. All right, so it looks like Ninban is actually going to check the right side of Desert, which has not been checked yet. So we might find something here. We'll see. And it looks like Pika Pals might be making his play on the Bumper Cave. We're going to finally find out what big key is waiting for us there. If it is the Eastern Palace big key, then he is just one Misery Mire big key away from going.
Rambler hasn't found anything in Ice Palace so far.
No, does not seem that way, which is unfortunate. It means he completely wasted his time. Oh, Pika Pals couldn't quite get across. And nothing in Desert either. All right, Pika Pals, what have you found? The big key for Eastern Palace!
We're in no mode. Wow, this seed was easy. I guess the trolliest thing was Laser Bridge having Cape.
Pretty much.
Recitador, I believe, just took a death to Vitreous.
Oh, that's not fun. It's going to go all the way back. Meanwhile, Rambler now taking on Cold Stare. Wasting more time here with a very useless fight. There's nothing to be gained from this at all. At best, maybe Ice Rod, but we don't need that because Ice Turtle Rock pointless. And he only gets triple bombs and the blue pendant.
Yeah, so unless Pika Pals just puts off Hammer Pegs for the rest of the game, he's got a significant advantage here.
But he is going to go ahead and do Eastern Palace now that he has that big key. He's going to finish that up. Meanwhile, Ninban is back in pod. Now that he has that big key, he's going to finish that up. Correct me if I'm wrong, but earlier didn't you call Boots in Ganon's Tower?
I posited the idea.
I think you called it.
So Recitador making his way back to Vitreous for his round 2.
Yep. Ninban now working his way up to Helmassar King here. Gonna continue with our crystal hunts here. So again, we are just one big key away on either side of them to go mode. Pika Pals needs the big key to Misery Mire, whereas Ninban needs the big key to Eastern Palace, which will require him to go to Turtle Rock and all the way to Laser Bridge to get the cape, as the Eastern Palace big key is indeed at the Bumper Cave.
Did Ninban not do the bow-locked side of pod?
But he does indeed finish off Helmassar King. Very nicely done there. Picks up his map and his crystal, as Pika Pals now taking on the Armos Knights, and Recitador finishing off Vitreous at last, getting his red meringue and getting his next crystal. And we've got the compass to Thieves Town from Pika Pals, and that just leaves him with one crystal to go.
Yeah, hopefully for Ninban's sake, Pika Pals just dives Mire hoping for vanilla. Because he's going to need to waste a little time here for Ninban to get back into this.
Nope, he's heading back to Kakariko. He's right on track. This could be bad for Ninban here.
Yeah, Ninban's going to be doing... Hopefully that small key that's in Thieves Town kind of points him back to Laser Bridge. I think Rambler has subconsciously figured out that he needs to do this.
Yeah, I think he's figured it out. And he's going to kick himself something. Hey, Cave.
Pika Pals about to hit go mode here. Yeah, I'm expecting some frustration something from Rambler when he picks this hook shot up.
I would not doubt it for a minute. Pika Pals now entering the Peg Cave. Because what I see, it's Gomo time.
Yep. So Pika Pals just has to finish Mire and finish the game.
Yeah, he has got a very significant lead now thanks to this. Ninban still needs to go through Turtle Rock to get to Laser Bridge. And then even after that, he still has 2 dungeons left to complete. He's still at Eastern Palace and Thieves Town, as well as finishing... well, no, he did finish up Pod. Didn't he?
Yes. Yeah, Ninban did Helmassar.
You know, truth be told, yeah, you know what? I think we can call this a jet seed.
Yeah, for Keysanity, this is incredibly fast.
Yeah, I mean, we're already at go mode in an hour and a half. Most Keysanity runs take around 2 hours to complete. We could be seeing I think we're easily seeing a sub 2 out of this race for sure.
Pika Pals flirting with 145, maybe?
That's a bit of a stretch, to be fair, but you never know.
I just gotta shred Vitreous and the Ganon's Tower, the top side.
I'd say potentially a sub 150.
Yeah, it should be no problem.
All right, looks like Recitador now working his way into Turtle Rock here. Once he gets to the laser bridge, he's going to be very happy with the decision, though. By how much, it's difficult to say, but he will realize he made the right call before too long.
Yeah, so TR is essentially holding two big keys with the Pod big key and then the Cape, which led to the Eastern big key.
All right, Pika Pals now working on Vitreous. Again, Silver Arrows makes this a joke of a fight. And he is already done. Look at that. That is super fast. Pika Pals now getting his last crystal along with the red meringue. He is on his way to Ganon's Tower. Normally, in open mode or standard mode, we'd be doing our pig key guessing game, but oh, wait, we already have that.
0.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how far behind Rambler is. And he has done Skull Woods over his opponent. But he still has to go do Death Mountain.
Truth be told, what kept him from falling too far behind is the fact that he got those Titans mints and he did not full clear Swamp. But that didn't buy him too much time, to be honest.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't go back in. And I guess he got forced out of Misery Mire, so didn't have to double dip it.
Yeah, those two things have saved him a little bit of time, but not by much.
Yeah, the Hookshot and Ice Palace are probably what he's going to look back on as the major missteps.
Yeah, that ice... would have caught up if not for that.
Consider skipping that vanilla big key chest.
Truth be told, we know there's nothing there. I'd say the best we might be able to find is Ice Rod or Boots, but at this point, they don't need them. So at just 1 hour and 39 minutes, Pika Pals is going to be our first runner to enter Ganon's Tower. Very good play for Pika Pals. Whereas Ninban still needs to head to Turtle Rock. How long before he makes that gamble?
That might honestly be one of the last places he goes.
Yep, it's going to cost him. Oh no, I think Ninban's going to Ice Palace.
Ooh.
Oh, that's it. Game over. GG.
Yeah, from his perspective, I would say this is a good play. It's just unfortunate that we know he was one TR key away from avoiding all of this.
Yep. A good play, but the wrong play. That's what it is. This is the third part of this run. It's like I said, what I've always said. What route you take, what gambles you make. up the gauntlet as we speak.
Yeah, recitador well on his way to getting this this magic cape, which will put him on his way to go mode as well.
Answer a question in chat, Zalden. No, the sprite that Rambler is using is Will from the Illusion of Gaia, an underrated SNES classic. I would know. I'm actually playing the game over on my own personal channel as we...
So right now, Rambler's got to get back up to East Dark Death Mountain as soon as possible. And he's not here.
Nice Landmo 2 there for Pika Pals. All right, Rambler now gonna check out up Laser Bridge. He now has the means to get to that big key. He will probably be the first of our bottom runners to hit go mode.
Pikapals is pretty close to Mulderm 2 here, making great time up GT.
Absolutely. Execution is a big part of Ganon's Tower, and Pikapals really showing their stuff here. Just killing it.
Not sure what Recitador is doing. Maybe Spike Cave?
The name and getting a piece of heart for it.
Rambler finally making the play to East Dark Death Mountain. So this will get him his bow. And if he decides to go into Turtle Rock, it'll also net him his cape and pod big key.
Not a bad call to make at all, as Pika Pals now starting his fight with Aga 2. Ooh, nice triple there.
Oh, baby.
Couldn't quite get it more than a single on the second hit, but... Pika Pals, and now it's time for the Big Pig.
Yeah, Ninban's still going to be in Ice Palace when Pika Pals finishes, and he's going to realize that there's definitely nothing in the rest of Ice Palace.
Yeah, pretty much. And Pika Pals starting his fight off with... Butter Sword, Red Mail, and Silvers. This fight should be no trouble at all.
Rambler picks up his D. Rambler and Recitador are going to be relieved they're not facing Pika Pals when they see this dot done.
You get a few shots off there. He's getting it close.
And this should be it.
And we have bacon. And as he enters the room, he finishes with official SRL time of 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 10 seconds. Get your GGs in chat, folks. Congratulations, Pika Pals.
Very nice time.
And speaking of Pika Pals joining us here in the channel, congratulations on your win.
Hey, thanks.
Seems was too easy for you.
I know. I was going to say, how'd you feel about that? That was a fast one.
Yeah, that was really nice. Nice 146, even without boots.
Yeah, I guess it couldn't be that nice. Give you boots too.
the only trolling... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, I'm just used to not having boots. I think 3 of my 4 tournament matches so far have been bootsless.
Yeah, it's become a pretty common thing. At this point, I think it had to be in Gen's Tower. The only real trolling that this seed really gave you was having to go into Independent Turtle Rock to get that magic cape.
Yeah, that was the worst of it, at least. I mean, I guess you need to go in there for pod key, too, but that was right up front. Like, there was... You could leave right after that if you felt like gambling.
Well, actually, no, you couldn't, because there's also Thieves Town big key there as well, and Laser Bridge, along with the cape, which gave you the Eastern key. So you had to go all the way to Laser Bridge just to complete it, which has thrown your opponent Ninban off. I think he's just now on his way up there.
Ouch.
Yeah, Ninban did Turtle Rock before going to Hookshot Cave, so he only had 1 small key, and then did not re-enter Turtle Rock, so did not get that cape.
Yeah, that's a shame.
But he's got all 4 small keys now, so shouldn't have any problem. What did you think when you had Dark World access so easy at the very beginning?
I figured this would be a pretty fun seed. Early Dark World access is always pretty amusing at the very least.
Especially when you get it, especially in a Keysanity race where something like that just rarely ever happens. So to get that when you do is just amazing.
Yeah, it's so nice. You just... Oh, I have Dark World access from Blind's Hut. Well, I'll just walk up a little bit. There's a nice, nice portal right up there for me.
Right there, right, so you can just activate it immediately. That was a nice little fun play.
But yeah, you guys, nobody really found anything. You didn't find much in your early Dark World checks, and nobody really found anything else in places like Mini Moldrum Cave.
Yeah, I got mirror and flippers from the first trip, at least. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, finally going all the way down to Hype Cave. Mirror was a critical item.
Yeah, it's just Thieves Town and Skull Woods were pretty lackluster.
Also, we should comment, I believe Recitador has officially entered Go mode. He did go to Laser Bridge, but he's got the Thieves Town big key. And, of course, he also got the cape. He just got the Eastern big key. So, yeah, he's in Go mode.
He's heading to right side pod right now is where the Thieves Town big key is.
Ah, fair point, fair point. But he's going to be in Go mode very shortly.
Yep, he'll pick that up.
And Rambler not too far behind him. He's finally on Laser Bridge as well.
Yeah, actually, Rambler's right behind him if he goes to pod, just like Recitador is doing. This actually might end up being a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. I think Rambler did actually check Bumper Cave. I think he walked by it just a little bit ago. So he knows there's a big key there. Another quick question, Pika. Did you, when you got that shovel, you went right there? Were you kind of running out of locations to check at that point, or did you just feel like that had to be something?
I was kind of running out of locations. I think desert was on the table at that point, but I didn't really want to sit through the book cutscene again, so I was just gonna take a gamble on that shovel item and then go there. And it happened to pay off huge.
Yeah, it pretty much opened it. It's always nice when you don't, there's a dungeon that you don't even have to touch, in this case being Ice Palace.
Yeah, that's one of the nicer dungeons to not touch too. It takes a bit to get through everything in there. Would have been nice to also not touch Turtle Rock, but you know, can't ask for everything.
It happens, man. Hey, you know what? At least you didn't go into Ice Palace, which unfortunately not only did Rambler do that, but so did your opponent Ninban, because again he didn't think he needed to go back into Turtle Rock, so he made that play and it cost him.
Yeah. That's why I always make sure to check hookshot and Super Bunny before heading into Turtle Rock. I just don't want to miss out on something incredibly useful in there.
So Recitador finishes up.
Or not get the Thieves Town Big Key at a pod?
Who?
Recitador.
He hasn't done pod yet, I don't think.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, he
He
mirrored
went Eastern first.
Yeah, he mirrored and did Eastern first.
Not a bad call. As long as he gets that big key, he's good to go. He'll be in go mode.
Yeah, it would have been nice for him to.
Oh, here's something we haven't seen yet. Rambler checking Magic Bat. We didn't get to see what this was.
Boots?
Still don't know where either the Ice Rod or Das Boots are hiding.
We're missing 2 shield upgrades as well.
They're all in Ganon's Tower. They have to be.
Yeah. I think there's a few troll locations that we didn't check. I don't think we got Swamp Big Chest or Hera Basement.
Oh yeah, it's true. That didn't get checked either, did it?
Honestly, though, those keys might just be in Ganon's Tower too.
Yeah. Yeah, Ninban going to get his go mode item. So this Rambler Recitador match is getting really close here. Recitador just a Eastern Palace ahead. Which is incredible considering that Rambler full cleared Ice Palace.
Ninban now is officially in go mode. He just has to finish up Eastern Palace and he is all done. Okay, I have to comment on this in chat. You didn't come here for jokes? You do know who I am, don't you? I am the meme king. Trust me. You know, I'm up there with cross product in terms of memes. If you didn't come here for jokes, you came to the wrong channel.
Zero bonks. Nice job, Pika Pals. Impressive.
I'm glad. I was worried there for a moment. I might hit a button.
I really focus on trying to keep my bonk counts down, and it's runs like yours that inspire me to do better.
Yeah, I've been doing really well at keeping my bonk counts low this tournament.
Anyway, as Recitador is heading on his way to Helmstar King, Rambler right behind him. Let's go take a quick second to go over what's going on tomorrow here for the Keysanity tournament, because starting off at 1 p.m. we're gonna have Sabotender versus Lunchtime ATH. 2 p.m. we have Bakar Baller versus Shah. 3 o'clock, we've got Chex Human versus Shady Force. 3 p.m., we also have Invictus 2011 versus Zane, and the Battle of the Andes. The man Andy himself and Ajneb 174. So they're both also named Andy. 6 p.m., we have X-Ice Blue versus Epic Ranger. 6:30, we have Levon Firestorm and Nif Boy. 8 p.m., we have Korak and we have Gonspore versus Raspberry Floof, as well as Space Cowboy 2011 versus Tim Lobo. And finally at 10 p.m., we have the man himself, Fred Coughlin, versus Aaron Doby.
You've upset a great number of people.
No, I think we've just hyped up a great number of people with the Andes. Oh, you're right, Ajneb. What am I thinking, Ben? I'm gonna go sit in the corner now. Thank you.
Just to be clear, I'm glowing. I'm. So Rambler cleaning up his Eastern Palace here, while Recitador moves on to Thieves Town, having already finished Eastern.
And Ninban trying to quake the dead rock that blocked him, but unfortunately, when you're a statue, you can't do anything. The only way to get past a dead rock is to powder it before it's a statue.
You got dead rocked earlier.
These dead rocks just don't like him.
No. In fact, they are. More way than one.
Yeah, you kind of cut out there.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that going on today.
Apparently. It's hard for me to tell because I can hear myself through my own mic, but Discord apparently seems to not want me to talk today. What's the matter, Discord? Am I too hyped for you? Anyway, Pika, with this, you're now 4-0 right now here in the Swiss stages. How you feeling about that?
Oh, pretty good. Like I'm just hoping for that nice 5-0. Last the tiebreaker for the Open tournament didn't go so well for me, so I'm hoping to not have to repeat that.
Understandable, but hey, 4-0, you're still nothing to be ashamed of there. You're doing fantastic. And if I'm not mistaken, Rambler and Recitador, they're 1-2, so they're fighting. I think they're fighting for the tournament lives at this point.
No, they're already dead.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He has to be.
They're fighting only for glory.
Yeah, they just want that sweet 3-2 record.
Also, shout out to Dual Saga and for the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you for the support. Always appreciated.
It's gotta be nice sitting at 4-0, knowing that Ben and Andy are gonna take one of them out.
Yeah, that is nice. Don't have to worry about one of those two. I think ACMLM lost against TGH, right?
Yep, I was there for that. Some say I was the cause.
Good runners to not. Few good runners I don't have to worry about as much, which is nice.
Also, shout out to Jaws of Dumo 5 for the Twitch Prime resub. Thank you for the continued support. Keep the hype up, folks. We appreciate it.
So, Rambler exactly one Thieves Town behind. So this could come down to GT execution.
Or at the very least, a Troll Dorm 2 / Ganon Hug misstep.
Yeah, meanwhile, Ninban clearing Ganon's tower. Ninban making short work of the gauntlet.
Indeed. Again, Butter Sword, Red Mail, Silver Arrows, half mat. Oh, no, he doesn't have half magic because he didn't get that from the Zora Ledge, so he's going without it.
Ooh, getting a little trolled in this Slimo fight here.
Never fun. And meanwhile, Recitador now going to make his way up to Ganon's tower. So it's looking like Recitador might be our other winner here tonight.
Yeah, if Rambler can keep his execution clean, he's got a chance to make a comeback. But Recitador's going to have to make a misstep.
Yeah, it's a slim... I'll be honest, it's a slim chance.
Ooh, Ninban falls. Those guards sometimes just poke you right off the ledge.
Never fun. Well, as Recitador enters Ganon's tower and Ninban makes his way up, want to give you folks one more reminder here. Make sure you give a follow to all of our runners here: Pika Pals, Ninban, NYRambler, and Recitador. And of course, shout out to our trackers, Dawning Dark and Synac, doing an amazing job of giving us this, keeping track of things. And of course, myself and my co-commentator, Gloin. Thank you. You've been awesome to work with, my friend.
It's been a good race.
Indeed. And make sure you also give a follow to all of our channels. Did I... Dawning, I'm sorry, dude. Dawning Arc. Every time... You know what it is? Every time I see your name, I think Darkwing Duck. That's what it is. Let's get dangerous in this place. Words. I has them. I can talk. For Randomania 1 through 4 to make sure you guys keep up with all, not only the Keysanity tournament, but all of the amazing tournaments going on here in the speed gaming community. So much to watch, so much to do. It's always a lot of fun. Meanwhile, Ninban now finishing up his Aga 2 fight. He's ready for the big pig as Recitador making his way up the gauntlet and Rambler right on his heels.
Yeah, if Recitador can just keep this clean, he should have no problem. And so far, so good. It's starting to look like that Ice Palace play is going to make the difference.
Yeah, if he hadn't done that, he'd probably be slightly ahead at this point.
Yeah, come to think of it, he just committed to not doing Ice Palace. Probably would have eventually gotten that hook shot and would have just been fine.
Yeah, Ice Palace is a pretty easy play to make. It just sucks when you're wrong.
Yeah.
Also, thank you to Calic Longpaw for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate the support. Oh, and actually, L2 Sentinel with a good question for you, Pete. Apparently, our friend Sakura Tsubasa was testing a Pikachu sprite not that long ago. You think you're using that when the time comes?
Yeah, I heard that the sprite was in development at some point. I'm at least going to play around with it. Probably try it out for a bit, and if I can still do stuff with it, then I'll probably use it. Yeah. I have to make sure my Ice Palace bomb jumps aren't messed up first.
Of course, of course. Hey, you know what? It'll still probably be easier than doing Invisible Link sprite, which I am surprised. I've seen several runners using that during this tournament, which, why? Why would you challenge yourself like that? Why would you do that to yourself?
I don't know. Some people just like the shadow, I guess. I'm not one of those people.
Also, unfortunately, it looks like Ninban had a fall there on Ganon, so he's going to have to restart his fight.
Yeah, he missed the torch glitch. Missed the torch glitch, and then
if you want to hit her up on Discord, you can help her test out that Pikachu sprite. And thank you to Freakyod for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate the support.
So Recitador doing Moldarm 2 as Rambler climbs the gauntlet. Make sure not to miss the torch glitch that time. Oh, there's the Moldarm 2 fall.
Oh, Trolldorm strikes again. Trolldorm's revenge.
You called this one. You said that was going to happen.
I didn't mean for it.
Oh, another one?
Ooh. Oh, that was close. That was clutch. Come on, Recitador.
There we go.
And Ninban finishing up here with an official time of 2 hours, 9 minutes, and 44 seconds. Get your GGs in chat for Ninban. All right, we have Ninban joining us here in the channel at this time. Ninban, GG on the race, my friend.
Thanks. GG Pikapals.
Yeah, GG.
We'll see, right?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's a pretty good job, pretty fast seed. Ninban, I think the only thing that threw you off was that play to Turtle Rock threw you off the first time through going back and finishing that up when you missed the key.
Yeah, that was... I was glad I made it the first time I went in because I got, I think, some big key or something. but I didn't want to go back for that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. If you had just checked Hookshot Cave before going into Turtle Rock, you would have probably made the same play that Pika did and gone all the way to Laser Bridge.
Yeah, I should have done that.
It happens, man. It's sometimes you just got to make the plays you make, and it doesn't always work out.
Yeah, and from your perspective, looking for Go mode, Ice Palace looks like it was the best play to make, and it ended up having absolutely nothing. Not even the boots. So Recitador takes on Ganon here, and Rambler on Moleworm 2.
Nice.
Rambler now, he knows he's in a hurry here. He's skipping the inevitable conclusion chest and just going straight for Aga 2, while Recitador working on the final, heading to the final phase of Ganon. Oh, trust me, Ganon, we got the silvers. Kind of hard to miss them since they were one of the first chests you opened in the damn game.
Ooh. Recitador gets kicked almost off.
Ooh, that was close.
And at this point, any misstep on Ganon would be problematic for him.
Yeah, with how close Rambler is right now, he does not want to fall off now, this close to the end.
Very nice. Able to take him down.
Yep, just as Rambler makes it again and Recitador finishes up, enters this room, and gets an official SRL time of 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 2 seconds. And now Recitador joins us here in the channel. Recitador, GG, congratulations on your win. Give him a second, he's getting his mic set up here.
Oh, sorry, I forgot I was auto-muted.
It's all right, my friend, but congratulations on your victory.
Yeah, thank you. I don't have any idea how I won that, though, to be honest, because I felt like my routing was a little terrible.
Probably the only thing that helped is that, unfortunately, Rambler made a few big mistakes. The biggest one being is he actually went to Ice Palace, which cost him a bit of time. Otherwise, he's right up behind you. He's now on Ganon as we speak.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have no idea how I avoided. I thought I was gonna have to go to Ice Palace pretty late there. I was just, I don't know, avoiding it as much as possible.
Yeah, Rambler didn't have Hookshot, so he was kind of searching all over for the next piece of progression. And just ended up going into Ice Palace first before going back to Pod.
Yeah, I definitely could have gone into Ice Palace like pretty early, I guess, compared to when I finished.
All right, and of course now we've got NYRambler finishing with his official time of 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 39 seconds, and he actually joins us here in the channel at this time. GG there, Rambler.
GG. Yeah, those hammer yumps kind of did me in. I probably would have been Ninban if I had it the first couple times.
Actually, I think we could safely say the one thing that cost you the race was that you went into Ice Palace. You did not have to make that play.
Well, it was something I thought that maybe, I mean, it's in the logic, so that's why I just decided to take a dive in there. I wasn't thinking, because that was after I failed the hammer up the first time. Obviously, if I would have had the first time, I would have had the hook shot a lot earlier, and my routing would have been completely different.
Right. Yeah, I think you're right. That hook shot kind of trolled you a little bit and sent you places you didn't necessarily need to go.
Yeah, well, that's why I didn't want, after I missed it the first time, and I was like, well, the first time I went in before I grabbed the lamp, and that's when I found the shovel. That opened the rest of the seat up for me. I didn't know the dark room maze, so I wasn't going to bother that anyway. When I went the second time, I ran low on health, going for the hammer yump. I thought I had it the first time because I lined the pixels up right, but I fell. Whatevs.
Still, all things considered, even with all of that, you were like right behind Recitador there, so you'd still put on a pretty good race, all things considered.
I thought, other than the Hair Me Up, I thought my execution was pretty solid. I'm assuming no one found the boots, correct?
No,
Correct.
never found them.
All right. Was I the first one to do sword and get the flippers? Grabbed the sword, and then I got the flippers from Catfish.
Yeah, I think 3 of you made that play fairly quickly. Dark World up to turn the mushroom in and then go do the catfish.
I mean, that was just so convenient that the Catfish happened to have the flippers.
Yeah. Actually, I think Recitador might have been the only one that did not do that early.
Actually, I don't know. It was either Recitador or Ninban. I think one of you two did it pretty late.
I don't think I did Catfish all that early, but the flippers were a very nice find right there, since I could just dive into the Zora area with them.
No, it was Ninban who went up there, who went up to Zora first, but did it before getting flippers because he didn't have half magic. That's what it was.
I mean, overall, this was a very good seed, I thought. Like, everything was pretty linear, especially the late game. Like, everything, after you went to Turtle Rock, everything led you down one straight path.
Yes.
Yeah, you just had to know where to go.
Yeah, it's interesting that 2 trolley locations, Catfish and Dig Spot, both had critical items, but it was fairly easy to route those in, all things considered.
And I'm glad I got to see that there was a key on the bumper cave before I went into Turtle Rock. Otherwise, I would have been going crazy when I found that magic cape.
Yeah.
So, before we wrap things up, any final thoughts from any of you guys?
Just that hopefully next week I don't screw up that much. But GG to NYRambler.
Yeah, GG Recitador.
You definitely should have taken me out. It was bad.
I mean, like I said, I think the only reason I lost that race was because I tried to hammer jump. Like, I went into pot, I think, 4 different times. And twice was because I couldn't get the hammer jump the first time, and I didn't want to spend that 1 key I had, even though I found the last pod key, I think, in Turtle Rock.
You guys, sorry. GG to all 4 of you guys. Fantastic race. Enjoyed commentating this one for you guys. Make sure you folks at home give all 4 of our runners, Pika Pals, Ninban, NYRambler, and Recitador, a follow on Twitch. And of course, again, shout out to our trackers, Donning Arc and Synac. And of course, myself and my co-commentator Gloin. Give us all a follow. Show us your support. Follow all of our channels: Speed Gaming 1 through 4, Randomania 1 through 4, ALTTP Randomizer 1 through 4. So many channels to follow, but they're all worth it, folks. Definitely show your support. In the meantime, I want to thank you guys for joining us as always here on behalf of everybody here in the Speed Gaming community. My name is The Shades, and as I always like to say, rock on, guys!
Good night, everyone.